So tonight, we're going to talk about balance. I was just talking to Natalie about how, and I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but for us, we kind of we love our work, right? And we take on a lot of things that we think are really interesting and important to us, more and more and more, until we reach a point where we realize I'm out of balance. I'm doing too much of X and not enough Y. It's time to kind of pull back and reorganize, right? And nature kind of does the same thing, right? So nature gives us these cues that once we tune into can be really useful. So for example, coming up next weekend is the spring equinox, okay? When day and night, light and dark are equal, right? So we can kind of use that as a check-in time, right? We have one in the spring and we have one in the fall, right? So it's helpful every 6 months. Oh, it's the equinox, right? I'm going to check in with self and see how I'm feeling balanced or not balanced in my life, in different facets of my life. So for example, right, a lot of us struggle with work and family, how we're balancing that time and energy. Personally, I've been working with balance between risk as far as COVID and mental health for me and my family, right? We've been in the house for a year and we're starting to do a little bit more socializing with masks on outdoors, right? But I need to balance those things. So we're going to move through our gentle practice tonight with the idea of balance in mind, right? Balance in our physical practice, like where is my plumb line? Where is my body in space? How does it feel when I'm a little off kilter? What can I do to bring my body back into balance? Okay, very basic physical balance. And then I'm going to ask you to take it a step further and to begin to think about in your practice how you balance sensation, right? Wanting to feel something in a pose, right? And balancing that with your, right, not finding pain, not pushing yourself too far, right? So sometimes it's difficult for yogis to kind of find that sweet spot, right? We want, some of us, not all, want to strive, right? We want to get into that next pose, right? We want to see what that feels like. But we also need to care for self, right? So we're balancing those two things on the mat. What choices am I making on the mat? Are they bringing me balance? And then after our physical practice, we're going to come into our meditation, which is going to be a guided meditation that's going to bring in both you and your specific ideas and needs about balancing your life, right? And how we might kind of go about feeling our bodies when we're in and out of balance. All right, I feel like I talked for too long. Welcome, Mariana and Rachel. Hey guys. So if you have blocks, please go ahead, take a moment to grab them. If you don't have blocks, so not a big deal. No stress, please. All right, we're going to start with our grounding. So please come onto the back, unless you don't want to ground on your back. Right? If you prefer to ground seated, you can do that. Just encourage you to find the sit bones, feel the earth under the legs. You can also ground standing. If so, feet are your root toward the ground. Back against the wall maybe helps to give the spine, keep the spine long and tall. And Beth, can you do me a favor, please, and mute yourself if you don't mind? And there should be like a microphone, and then when you tap it, yeah, there we go. Thank you, Mom. So we're going to come onto the back, right? If that's where we're comfortable. If we're having any low back issues, please take feet mat distance apart. Bring your knees together. Then your hips don't have to do too much work, and that takes kind of the pinch out of the low back. Decide where the palms go, what feels right. Close the eyes if they haven't closed already. And I'll ask you to tune in to the left side of your body, from head to toe. We'll let that side of the body go. We'll tune into right side of the body. Front, back, side. And then we'll gently let that side go. We'll find the line between the sides where left and right body meet down the center of the body. And then if you're lying on the back, notice if the body feels balanced on the back, right? Are we leaning a little bit toward one side more than the other? And so you might check some points like the head, the shoulders, the backs of the hands, if the backs of the hands are on the earth, the hips, and the soles of the feet, if the feet are on the earth, or the heels, if legs are outstretched. And if we're standing, we're checking in on equal pressure on the feet. And if we're seated, we're checking on equal pressure on sit bones and the legs. And if we're out of balance, maybe we don't make too much of an effort to come into balance. Maybe we just notice. Notice the back body. Notice the front body. Notice where front body meets back body. Then can we bring those two things together where left and right side meet and front and back meet? And we find that center, that core of the physical body. I'll ask you now to turn your attention to your breath. You can take some notes about your breath and this time and place where it's traveling. If it's bumpy or smooth. Is the inhale longer than the exhale or the other way around? Maybe we begin to imagine the breath coming in through that center line, through the crown of the head, traveling down the throat, down that center line, reaching the tailbone, and then exhale, the breath travels back up the center line, all the way up through the crown of the head. Notice the places of your body that rise and fall with the breath. Is the rise and fall even? If it's not even, that's okay. Just notice. Without judgment, without changing anything. Be curious about what it feels like to be inside of your body in this moment, breathing your breath. So I invite you to set an intention for your practice. Right, an intention is maybe a goal that you're working toward. Maybe it's a wish for yourself or for someone else. Maybe it has to do with balance. I lead a balanced life. I listen to my body. I take care of my needs. Or it could be something completely different. So we'll go ahead and repeat intention 3 times to the self. An intention we set in the present as if it's already happening. We'll bring this intention with us throughout our practice today. Follows you off the mat as well. It's always there. helpful guidepost. And then we'll start making some gentle, small movements here, whatever feels right. So maybe wiggling fingers and toes feels right. Maybe bending into the knees and swaying. Maybe your body is asking for a stretch, you curl into a ball. What feels right here? If you're standing, please gently blink your eyes open and come to a seat. If you're lying on the back, please bend into the knees and turn over onto either side. And then we'll inhale to straighten the top leg. Exhale, we'll press up into any comfortable seat. And then when you feel steady, slowly, gently blink the eyes open, coming back into the space. All right. Welcome back, guys. All right, so let's find our Sukhasana pose. Sukhasana means easy seat or sweet seat. And I thought in training for an easy seat, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. So let's bring our blanket or fold a towel under the sit bones. We're gonna move the flesh away so we feel grounded toward the earth, okay? We cross at the shins, we flex the feet. We ask the knees to start traveling south. And if you have those blocks, right, and your hips are feeling like they're holding too much in this pose, we can bring the blocks under the knees, right? And if this just isn't working for your legs, you can cross at the ankles, or maybe you bring your legs out. I've been calling this Sordakasana. All right, so what else is going on here? Low belly is in and up. That helps to brace the low back. Shoulders rest. They hover over the ribs. Ribs hover over the pelvis. We want the head to be balanced on the spine, the skull to be balanced on the spine. So we want the head, I'm gonna turn sideways here for a sec. So a lot of us are on our computers, right? Or we're driving, or we're looking at our phones, right? And this starts to feel natural, right? So let's think about balancing our bones here, balancing the scaffolding inside of the body. So we're gonna tuck the chin back so head hovers over the heart space, okay? So palms up if you feel like you need some energy, palms down if you feel like you need some more grounding. If you're not sure which is right for you, right? Try them both. See which feels right. We're going to notice the breath, gaze is forward, soften the jaw. We'll take a big breath in, we'll reach the arms out to the side, we'll start to bring them up overhead. As we do this, we imagine we're scooping up some beautiful golden sunshine. Lift the gaze to the hands. We're going to form that beautiful light into a ball above the head. Exhale, we're going to start to bring the palms together as we bring that love, light, peace, sunshine into the heart space. Gaze down at the fingertips, little stretch for the back of the neck. Big breath in again, reach the arms overhead. We're scooping up love, light, peace, sunshine, beautiful golden light, gazing up, looking up at that beautiful golden ball. We form it into a ball. And then on an exhale, let's bring the palms together, bringing that beautiful light into the heart space. Gaze follows, and then we lower the gaze. One more time. Big breath in, scoop up that beautiful springtime sunshine, palms touch. Well, almost. We're gonna form the ball, then palms touch. Come down, bring it into your heart. Lower the gaze, bring the hands back onto the lap, palms up or down, your choice. Take a few breaths into the back of the neck. Soft jaw, soft shoulders. On an inhale, we're gonna bring the chin over to the right shoulder. Feel the sensation in the neck move, right? It intensifies in some places, it softens in others, and then we send the breath to the sensation. So maybe it's that golden light we were scooping up. Maybe in your imagination, it's a cool breeze, a warm wave. Exhale, let's bring the chin back to the chest. Sensation moves, no pain, please. Inhale comes, we bring chin to opposite shoulder, keep the shoulders soft. Bring the breath to the sensation. If we feel pain, right, if it's sharp and it's sudden and it's the body saying no, we bring that part gently back to neutral. Exhale, chin to chest. And then let's take 3 of these half circles, this time with your own breath. Right, so your breath may be a little faster than mine, a little slower. Inhale lifts the chin and brings it to one shoulder. Exhale brings the chin to the chest. Following inhale brings chin to opposite shoulder. So speaking of balance, right, we do everything in yoga as best we can, evenly and balanced on both sides. When you're done with your 3 rounds, we'll pause with chin at the chest, and then inhale brings the gaze forward. Okay, big breath in, reach the arms overhead, palms face each other. Exhale, right hand to right hip, left arm reaches overhead. Keep your left sit bone rooted. All right, it wants to pop up and help. We're taking full breaths into the open side ribs. Option to stay here, right? Here's another way to practice balance. Does this feel right in my body? Stay. Do we maybe want to explore more sensation? Then we'll walk right fingertips out, bend into right elbow. That's going to bring in more feeling. If we've gone out of balance, if it's too much, guess what? We just walk the hand back. Right? Option to stay here, option to experience a little different sensation as we inhale, open shoulder, lift the gaze. Check in on your neck. If your neck says no, begin to bring it so you're gazing forward. Or bring that neck back into comfort. If we've opened the shoulder, let's think about pressing the heart toward the sky. If this pose is not for us, if we are in pain, then we come back. And if we've opened the shoulder on your next exhale, we'll close it off, turn the gaze forward. And then next inhale, everybody get nice and tall. Feel your tush in the seat, crown of the head reaches for the sky. Exhale, left hand to left hip, right arm reaches overhead. Keep right sit bone rooted. We're opening right side ribs. Take big breaths into the right lung. Option to stay here. Option to walk left fingertips out. Maybe we bend into the elbow. If that's too much, we walk it back. Option to stay here. Option to inhale, open shoulder, lift the gaze. Please check on the neck. My neck always says no here. I try every time. We're going to do it this time, neck? Nope. If you open the shoulder on an exhale, we'll close it off. Everybody, next inhale, we're going to get nice and tall. We're going to come into our twist here. So let's plug the shoulders back in, right? They've likely come out. That's okay. Low belly in and up. Let's take a big breath in. We're going to get any amount taller. On the exhale, we start to draw the belly in. We're going to bring left hand above right knee, right arm sweeps behind, and we're on tented fingers of the right hand. This arm is keeping the spine nice and tall. We're asking for the twist to come from the low rib. We're going to gaze over the back shoulder. If the neck says that's okay. Bring the breath in. Can you find that center line again? Right? Crown of the head, down the spine, down to the tailbone. Can you act as if, can you imagine the breath coming in that way? Finding your center line. On an inhale, we'll come out of our twist, lifting the arms overhead. We're going to lift the gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, opposite side, right hand above left knee, left arm sweeps behind. We're going to come on tented fingers of left hand, gaze behind you. Right, even though the spine is twisted, it's still vertical. Tendency here is to lean back, find the balance on the sit bones. Find the plumb line from crown of the head toward the earth. How does it feel to be balanced, right, but a little bit twisted at the same time? Inhale, let's reach the arms overhead, let the palms touch, lift the gaze. Exhale, we bring hands to heart center. Okay, so we're gonna switch the crossing of the legs, right? Balance between crossing the way that you prefer and crossing the way that your body says yuck, right? So crossing at the shins, flex the feet. Let's check in on our scaffolding again, low belly in and up, shoulders rest. Palms up or down. Tuck that chin so it hovers over the heart space. All right, we're gonna reach the arms overhead. Big breath in, then we're gonna wiggle the fingers, bring some energy into your fingers. And then we're gonna find the shoulders. We're gonna take some shoulder circles here. So inhale, shoulders come forward, elbows touch. Exhale, shoulders around and down. So you may like to just isolate the shoulders if that feels right. Then we can really feel, right, that up and down crown of the head to tailbone. Or maybe you would like to make it a little more of a cat-cow movement where we get the spine involved, right? What feels good in your body? Nice job, guys. That looks delicious. Next time the elbows are down, we're gonna pause, right? And then balance. We're gonna do the same thing, but opposite direction. So inhale, shoulder blades reach for each other on the back, lift the shoulders, exhale, around, elbows touch and down. A few more times. Again, maybe just isolating your shoulders. If you're curious, I just wanna concentrate on what's going on with my shoulders tonight. Or maybe spine gets involved, right? It gets a little more sneaky. Moving with your breath. All right, let's pause with elbows down. We're gonna reach the arms out front, tuck the thumbs in, wrap the fingers around, roll your wrists. Lots of clicking and popping is totally okay. Please notice what your shoulders are doing. If your shoulders are up here, ask them to release. Pause, wrists move in opposite direction. Get those wrists nice and warm. Click, 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 pop, pop, pop. Shake them out. Bring some energy now all the way up into the arms, into the torso. Yeah, good job, guys. All right, let's come off of our height. We're gonna find our Baddha Konasana, our cobbler pose. We're gonna bring feet together, soles of the feet come together. Couple options here. We can have the legs in a diamond shape, right? For those of us who know we have really open hips, it might feel nice to bring the heels closer to the pelvis. And that's something you can kind of experiment with, right? Where would my heels like to be in this moment? So we'll butterfly the legs a little bit. We'll bounce up and down. Feel the sit bones, right? If we want to, we move the flesh away so we feel really rooted. And then we're gonna pause that butterfly and we're just gonna rock a little bit side to side. All right, so we're rocking onto one sit bone, right? We feel it pressing in the earth and then the other. We're gonna start to slow the rock, right? And let's find the center of those sit bones. And then we're gonna start to rock forward and back. So maybe you just bring the torso forward, right? Maybe you're rolling on the sit bones. Yeah, right? So maybe we make it really pronounced, right? Maybe our feet even leave the ground. Woo. Right? Or maybe we just kind of rock back and forth. All right, and we'll start to slow that rock as we begin to find the balance of front to back. All right, nice job. Inhale, crown of the head reaches for the sky. Let's get tall. Exhale, let's begin to pull the belly in. We're gonna forward fold. So hands can be on the shins, or we can start to walk the palms forward. I'm gonna ask that you pause when you start to feel like you're bringing enough sensation into your body. Right? If you've brought too much in, let's balance that out by stepping the hands back. If we feel like we'd like more sensation, maybe we take the hands half a handprint forward. So option to stay here, option to allow the shoulders to round forward, lower the head. Where do you feel the sensation? Send it breath. Notice what your breath is doing. Has it become short or choppy or shallow or uneven? What if we were to bring the breath in smooth and deep and even here? You can use your visualization, right? Breath comes in, cool breeze, warm wave, beautiful light in any color you choose. I know I have some purple people here. Maybe it's a purple light. What's working that doesn't have to? Maybe the jaw. Jaw is connected to the hips. Often when we open the hips, jaw says, oh goodness, it's my time to shine. Let the jaw be soft. All right, on an inhale, we'll start to walk the palms up. Bring the hands back to the legs, and then we'll bring that spine long and tall. Can you find that balance point now between the sit bones again? Front, back, side to side. Yeah, you might want to rock a little. Oh, there it is. All right, let's bring knees together. We're going to sway the knees. All right, swing the legs around. We're going to come into our tabletop. Please feel free to bring your blanket under your knees if you'd like some cushioning. If your wrists are feeling grumpy, we can come down onto fists or forearms. And if you're on your forearms and you happen to have your blocks handy, this is a great height for the arms. All right, so let's find some straight lines. Straight line from shoulder to wrist, from hip point to knee. If your low back is feeling grumpy, we can bring those knees a little wider. Straight line from tailbone through the crown of the head. So in order to do that, we can't let the head sag. We have to remember, right, neck is part of the spine. All right, we'll take some cat-cow here. So let's press the fingertips down, press the tops of the feet down, feeling the earth beneath. Inhale, shoulders roll back, heart presses forward, tailbone lifts. Shoulder blades reach for each other on the back. When the exhale comes, we press the earth away firmly. We tuck the tailbone, shoulder blades draw away from each other. We gaze back at the thighs. If we see the feet, we're going to tuck them away. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. That rolling back motion allows the heart to press forward. Front of the heart space shines forward. Exhale as we press away and pull the shoulder blades away from each other. The back of the heart space now shines toward the sky. 3 more rounds, please, with your own breath. Inhale to open. Exhale to press the earth away. Draw the belly button toward the spine. Allow the breath to lead the movement, not the brain. Smooth, deep, even breath, or if Ujjayi breath is in your practice, where we constrict the back of the throat to make that ocean sounding noise. We can use that breath, or we use our natural breath. After your 3 rounds, we're going to meet back up in our tabletop. Crown of the head reaches forward, tailbone reaches back. Okay, so now we're going to come into child's pose. Your choice, knees together, big toes touch, or knees mat distance apart, big toes touch. Sit bones reach back for the heels, arms reach out front, forehead reaches for the mat. If the forehead can't find the mat, that's all right. We'll bring the blanket or the block under the head. We can stack the palms as well. Options for your hands. Arms can be reached out front with palms resting. We can engage the arms by coming up onto fingertips. We can bring palms together and then bring the wrists back toward the back of the neck. A little stretch for the upper arms. Or if wrists are feeling grumpy, let's take the hands and reach back for the heels, kind of letting the shoulders round forward. Let's find breath. Let's find intention. And the choices you're making on the mat supporting your intention. Notice, please, the left side body. What places on the left side body are contacting the mat? Notice the same now on the right side body. Maybe we notice the center of the forehead on the mat, or on the hands or the prop. Let's take a big breath in to the low back. Exhale through nose or mouth. Another big breath into the center of the back of the heart space. Exhale, nose or mouth, whichever feels right. Soften down toward the earth with the out breath. Another breath now into the back of the neck. Exhale, soften, release. And then another breath wherever you need it. If you're not sure where to go, just bring it in, it'll figure it out. All right, big breath in. Exhale, we're gonna find our tabletop. Okay, so let's take a step back with the right foot. We're gonna press the heel behind. Option to find stillness, option to sway. Noticing sensation in the back of the leg. You're in charge of how much sensation you're bringing in. How much do you need? Would you like a little more? Would you like a little less? What feels appropriate? If you're swaying, let's pause with heel pressed back. On an inhale, we're going to bring heel to hip height. All right, so take a look back. Heel and sit bone are in line, toes are pointing down. Straight line from tailbone through the crown of the head. All right, let's find some balance here. So option always to tap this toe down when needed. We're going to root down firmly through top of the left foot, and then on an inhale, we're going to bring the left arm up. We're aiming to bring the bicep by the ear. It's okay if it's not reaching today. Thumb up, pinky down. Straight line from shoulder to fingertips. Bring the breath in, smooth, deep, even breath. Lots going on here. Strength, balance. Can you pull the belly in here? Grace finds balance. Always option to tap hand or foot down, both down. Big breath in. Exhale, bring hand and foot down. Good job, guys. Sway the hips. Check in on your right wrist. Maybe pick it up, give it a little swirl around. Thank you, right wrist, for holding me up all that time. Back into our table, shoulders over wrist, hip points over knees. Then we'll take a step back with the left foot. Press the heel behind. We're on toes and ball mound of left foot. Left hip is pointing down. Option to stay here, option to sway. Where is sensation coming into the body? Do you need more? Do you need less? Pause with the heel pressed back. Inhale, bring heel to hip height. Take a look back. Toes are pointing down. So now we have a straight line from heel to sit bone, tailbone through crown of the head. Root down firmly through top of right foot. Inhale, bring right arm up by the ear. Thumb up, pinky down. Straight line now from shoulder to fingertips. Reach forward with the hand, press back with the heel, belly in and up. We're gaining strength here, we're gaining balance. Right, option to tap fingers and toes down as needed. Then we come right back in. Find the breath. It may be a little irregular, it may not be. Just noticing what's going on with myself here. What's going on in my body? Big breath in, big stretch. Exhale, hand to the mat, knee to the mat, sway the hips. Check in on your left wrist. Maybe we pick that hand up, make a soft fist, give the wrist a little roll. Okay, let's take hands about a half a handprint forward to the shoulders. We'll take our circles. So we inhale to come forward. Exhale to press back. Inhale, shoulders graze over the wrists. And then exhale, we can make really tiny, or we can bring the sit bones all the way back, making kind of like a pass through child's pose. Next time, sit bones are pressed back, we're going to pause, and then opposite direction. Inhale to come forward in the opposite direction. Exhale, press back. Balancing our clockwise and our counterclockwise. Our left and our right, and our front and our back. All right, next time the sit bones are back, let's find another child's pose. Again, your choice, knees together or knees mat distance apart. Either way, big toes will touch. Sit bones reach back. Forehead finds either the mat or a prop or the hands. Arms are outstretched. Maybe we're up on fingertips. Maybe palms find each other, wrists find the back of the neck. Or we reach back for the heels, allow the shoulders to roll forward. Breath, intention, balance. What can soften here? Right, in many of our poses, we balance what can soften with what must be working. And in child's pose, we seek to soften as much as we can. Big breath in. Exhale, we come into table, shoulders over wrists, hip points over knees. Hands a half a handprint forward of the shoulders, fingers spread wide, please. Tuck the toes. We're gonna come into our first down dog. Big breath in. Exhale, use the exhale to help press you up. We start to straighten the legs, sit bones get really pointy, then heels roll toward the earth. They don't have to touch. Then we'll sway here or we'll stay in stillness. What feels right? Right, if we're swaying, we're kind of noticing, we're kind of bouncing back and forth between left and right, side to side. And if we're in stillness, let's see how it feels if we can bring equal weight to hands and feet. All right, pause the swaying. Now everyone brings equal weight to hands and feet. Can we balance left hand with right hand? Balance left foot with right foot. And then feet with hands. No effort from the neck, head hangs really loose here, chest presses for thighs. Inhale, soften the knees, turn the gaze forward. Exhale, let's walk the feet forward until feet find the hands and we're in forward fold at the front of the mat. Arms hang heavy, head hangs heavy. Let's bring a softness into the knees. Inhale, we half lift, shoulders roll back, heart presses forward. We're aiming for a flat back, just like in our tabletop. Exhale, we fold, head hangs, arms hang, softness into the knees. Please don't lock the knees out, they're gonna get mad. Inhale, press up, we'll rise all the way up, tuck the tailbone under, reach the arms up overhead, palms touch to lift the gaze. Exhale, hands come to heart center, turning the gaze forward. All right, so let's find Tadasana. Mountain pose. All right, so we are going to be big, beautiful, strong mountains. Feet are our root toward the earth, right? The feet are the base of our mountain. All right, we're gonna tuck the tail, draw low belly in and up. Shoulders rest. We're gonna bring the arms down by the side, palms are forward, bring fingertips together. The arms are the slopes of the mountain. All right, crown of the head reaches for the sky. This is the tippy top of our mountain. And then again, we'll notice left side. Feel the left foot on the earth, feel the left arm, the left side of the head, the face. And then we'll switch right side, feel the right foot on the earth. Right side of the waist, arm, right side of the head, face. And we bring both sides together, noticing the center line. Are we even on both feet? And some of us, one leg may be a little longer than the other. Maybe we have some imbalance in the hips or in the spine. I know I certainly do. All right, we'll take some really slow, gentle sun salutations here. As we do them, let's think about, right, balance, right? How is my body balanced here? Where is my weight, right? Is my weight balanced or unbalanced, and in what direction? All right, here we go. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, palms touch, lift the gaze. Exhale, open the arms, forward fold. We're leading with the heart. We're getting the weight of the head and the chest, right? It's leading us forward. And then we bring that weight back more toward the plumb line here. Soften the knees, head and arms hang heavy. Bring belly close to the thighs. Inhale, half lift, shoulders roll back, heart presses forward. Let's take a pause here. Notice both feet on the earth. Exhale, fold. Soften the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up. Tuck the tailbone under, protect that low back, palms touch, lift the gaze. Feel the feet on the earth. Exhale, hands through heart center, Tadasana. Balance both sides, balance front and back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold, open the arms, lead with the heart, then the head comes down, soften the knees. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms touch, lift the gaze. Exhale, hands through heart center, back to Tadasana. All right, so we're gonna do a couple of different balance poses tonight. Usually we just do tree, but tonight we're gonna do tree and one more. So if you know that you like to balance near a wall, please go ahead and find your wall. And if you'd like to just pop into your tree pose, if you're a balanced and practiced tree poser, feel free. Otherwise, coming along with me on our meditation. So we're gonna start by balancing today on the right foot. So feel the right foot on the earth. Pick up the toes, roll the toes down from pinky toe to big toe. That's gonna help lift the arch. Okay, maybe we feel some energy coming up the leg. Maybe we just imagine it, all right? We're lifting the kneecap, front of the thigh turns on. We come back to our Tadasana. We find our drishti, right? Something in our field of vision that's not going to move that we can focus the eyes on. Shoulders back and down, low belly in and up. Ooh, that's better. We're gonna imagine the right leg is a hollow pillar, right? It's a tall vase or cylinder of some kind, and we're gonna start to fill it with something heavy like sand, gravel, concrete, pudding, whatever you like, right? Use your imagination, be a little playful. As right leg starts to feel heavy, left leg maybe feels light, so we're just gonna float up on the toes, and then we turn that knee out, 45-degree angle from the hip socket. Okay, we can stay here. This is a balance pose, all right? We can stay with Tadasana hands, hands to hips, hands to heart center. Maybe we grow our branches. Maybe we wave our branches in the wind. Okay, where can we find balance, but also find just a bit of a challenge, okay? If we feel steady here, then we take left foot, put it on right calf. Calf gently presses into foot, foot into calf. Right? Maybe we feel a little lift out of the hip. Maybe we elongate a little bit between hip points and ribs. Crown of the head still reaches for the sky. Where do the hands go? Hips, heart center, grow your branches. If the foot is wiggling, if the ankle is shaping, that's okay, right? It's getting stronger and it's figuring out how to do what you're asking of it. If we feel steady here, then we help that foot up onto the thigh. Right? If we're not balancing here, if it's not happening, that's okay. Bring the foot back. Right? Literally finding balance. Eyes focus on drishti, helping to quiet the mind. Smooth, deep breath, or natural breath, or ujjayi breath here. All right, as you feel ready, we're going to bring the hands down through heart center, then to hips. And then we'll bring the foot down, one notch at a time, until both feet are on the earth. Let's ask the right leg what it needs. Does it need a wiggle? Does it need maybe a stretch or some compression? Maybe it would like, yeah, I see some swaying. Maybe a down dog, a child's pose. right. As you feel ready, we'll come back into Tadasana. Tail tucked, belly in, palms forward, shoulders at rest. Check in on the skull. Right? Let it feel light on the spine. We're going to lift the left toes, roll them down, pinky to big toe. That lifts the arch, lifts the kneecap, turns on the front of the thigh. Maybe those 3 glute muscles on the left side turn on as well. Maybe they come on in a little bit. Find your drishti, something that's not moving. Right? We're going to imagine our left leg is a hollow pillar. We fill it with something heavy. This leg starts to really get heavy, really solid, like a tree trunk. Comparison, right leg feels light. We're going to float up onto the toes, turn that knee out at a 45-degree angle from the hips. And run the ball out of that foot. Hands can come to hips, to heart center, grow our branches, wave them in the breeze. Right. If we feel balanced here, then we find a little bit more of a challenge. We're going to put the foot on the calf. Calf presses into foot, foot presses into calf. Maybe we get a little lift out of the hip, space between ribs and hip points. Crown of the head reaches for the sky. If we fall out, that's okay. It's a practice, right? We're practicing how to stand on one foot. We're practicing our balance. How does my body feel when I come out of balance? How does my body feel when I'm in balance? Option to stay here. Option if we're feeling steady and want more of a challenge to bring the foot up onto the thigh. It's okay if one side of your body took the shape in one way and the other side preferred a different version. How's your breath? Where are your thoughts? If they're not with your body and your breath and your balance, bring them back. How does it feel to stand on one foot? All right. We're going to bring the hands down through heart center to the hips. Then incrementally bring the foot down. Then let's ask this leg what it wants. Maybe same thing. Maybe something different. We can shake it. We can stretch it. We can compress it. We can find a down dog. We can do a little happy dance. I like that. All right. So we're going to come into our second balance pose now. We're going to find eagle. Eagle is really a lot of fun. So again, right from our best Tadasana, our balanced physical form, right? Find our drishti. What we're going to do is we're going to take the left foot and we're going to cross it over the right. And we're going to bring the big toe to the earth. Okay? We can stay here, right? We can start to bend into the knee. And then eventually I'm mirroring you and my legs are crossed, so my brain is going kooky. We can bring that left foot and it tucks behind the right calf. Okay. If that's not happening, maybe we keep the toe on the earth. Maybe we just lift the toe. While that's happening, we're going to cross the arms in the opposite way. So we're going to bring the right arm in front of the left. Okay. And then either palms find each other or we hold on to the thumb. Okay, with the arms twisted, we inhale to lift the elbows up and then press the elbows forward. Woo. If we're on one foot, what happens if we bend into the right knee? What happens if we bend into the right knee even with a toe on the earth? Right? If we fall out, that's okay. We can come right back in. Right? So allow yourself to be playful. Allow yourself to be curious. Let's remove seriousness just for a moment. How am I going to balance twisted on one foot? What goes on in my body here? All right. We'll unravel the arms. We'll unravel the legs. We'll say thank you very much to this leg and give it what it needs. All right. Happy dance. Other side of the body, whole different story. We'll see what this side does. All right. So find our Tadasana, find our Drishti. But our Drishti is going to disappear once the arms are in front, but we're going to start with the Drishti. Okay, we're going to cross right leg over left. Right, toe finds the earth next to the foot. I'm going to start to bend into left knee. Maybe right foot finds the back of the opposite leg, or maybe the outside of that calf. All right, and we can always tap the toe down. All right, then we're going to cross the arms in the opposite direction. So your left arm comes under your right. Arms wrap around, maybe palms touch, maybe they don't. Maybe we can grasp left thumb with right hand. Then we lift elbows, press elbows forward. Eagle pose. How's the breath here? Where's your mind? How's the jaw? The jaw doesn't have to do anything here. Let the jaw be soft. It's really the only thing not working, right? All right, guys, let's unravel the arms, unravel the legs. Thank you, left leg. Give them a little shake. Nice job, guys. All right, let's come on to the back. All right, balancing our exertion with our relaxation. This is the yummy part, right? Although I guess a lot of us find the exertion yummy too. Arms out in a T, palms are down. We'll start to sway the knees. Next time knees are toward the left, let them fall in that direction. Gaze can go right if that's okay on your neck. Notice the back body on the earth, the front body. It shines toward the sky. What is working here that doesn't have to? Oh, I just found a bunch of parts. I think my arms still thought they were in eagle arms. The muscles are still working. What can you soften? What is your habit when you find something that's holding stress? Especially when it's the part that you often find holding stress, right? Sometimes it's frustration. What if we replace the frustration with kindness, with compassion? Right, so check in on the places you hold your stress. Ask them with compassion to soften. How can you help them soften? Maybe you send breath. Maybe you reach down and give that muscle a little tap. Talking to you, guy. On your next inhale, feet find the earth, knees come up, gaze to the sky. Exhale, knees go right, gaze goes left. Balancing left and right in our practice. Again, check in on the places you know you hold tension. Ask them compassionately to release. Use your tools. What tools work for you? Words, visualization, physical touch. Check in on the rest of your body. What can soften here? A few more breaths. And inhale, feet come to the earth, Gaze to the sky, knees come up, and then exhale, we're gonna bring the knees in, wrap the arms around the shins, flex the feet, let the shoulders release back and down. 3 full breaths here. Belly presses into thigh, thigh into belly. If they don't reach, not a problem. We're just picturing it in the mind's eye. Still gaining benefits. Great for our digestion. They call it wind relieving pose for a reason. We'll take that 4th breath in. And then we'll exhale, press the feet up toward the sky, bring the arms down by the side. Flexing the feet. So in our legs up the wall pose, it's said that we want the heels balancing right over the center of the hip socket. Well, where on earth is that, right? So let's find it. Let's find that balance. We're going to sway the legs gently, front to back, side to side. Maybe we kind of make little circles. Maybe you'd like some support behind the thighs. Begin to kind of slow this movement and see if that cue makes more sense now. Being able to bring the heel over the center of the hips, the hip joint. Big breath in, fresh air, fresh energy. Exhale, bring the knees in, squeeze out the stale air. Feet to the earth. Okay, let's get set up for our guided meditation. Lots of options, right? We're going to be here. It's about a 9-ish minute meditation. So if you'd like to lie on your back, right? Please keep in mind we're going to be here for a little while. If you're having any issues with your low back, please do yourself a favor. Feet mat distance apart, knees together. We're legs outstretched, but we're bringing, if we have props, we've got pillows, blankets, bolster under the legs, taking up that space. All right. Otherwise, legs can be outstretched. We let the feet flop to the side so the hips don't have to hold the feet up. If it's not going to work for you to be on your back this long, we can be on the side, either side. If we're on the side, maybe we bring a small pillow between the knees. We can also do this meditation seated. We can bring that blanket or towel under the seat. We can bring the back up against the wall. You might find a chair. If you've got a room, I see some chairs. You might sit in a chair with your feet on the earth. You might sit on your couch. Okay, so give your body the chance to be successful in being somewhat still and comfortable for the next 9-ish minutes. Okay? So finding a comfortable seat, any position where the spine can feel long and tall. Right? If you are seated, maybe you play with that kind of back, forth, side to side, finding that center. Sometimes it's just nice to sway, right? It's really nice for the nervous system to sway. Right? If we're lying on the back, we notice left side, right side, the center. We notice front, back, center. Close the eyes if they haven't closed already. And we'll begin to notice what we notice. What sounds do you hear maybe within the body? What sounds do you hear in the room? Outside of your room? Outside of your home or whatever building that you're in? What can you smell? Are there smells coming in from another room? And by extension, what can you taste? What do you taste in the mouth? Right, with the eyes closed, what can we see behind the eyelids? Maybe just darkness. Maybe we see some subtle shapes and colors. What can you feel on the physical body? Where do you feel supported by earth? Where can you feel clothing, props, and temperature of air on the skin? Can you feel the air moving across the upper lip, the tip of the nose, into the nostrils and into the body? Now ask yourself, how can I be more balanced? There may be several things that quickly come to mind, or maybe one thought is coming to you most strongly. Work, family, friendships, time for hobbies and interests, volunteer work, your yoga or meditation practice, eating habits, other forms of self-care. For the time being, focus on one area where you would like to find more balance. Take a few full, deep, even breaths, holding this thought in your mind. How might your life look if you were to find more balance in this area? Now ask yourself again, how can I be more balanced? You might find the same thought coming to you. You might find a different thought presents itself. Or you may find a flood of thoughts. For the time being, again, focus on one way you can be more balanced. Take a full few deep, even breaths, holding this thought in your mind. How might your life look if you were to find more balance in this second area? Feel free here to ask yourself a few more times, how can I be more balanced? How would my life look different? Now we are going to practice a visualization to experience the energy of balance. This exercise will help your mind awaken when you are acting in an unbalanced way and allow you to redirect your energy and make different choices to find more balance. Imagine yourself standing and balancing on a tree branch high up in the air. If this makes you nervous or uncomfortable, know it's impossible for you to fall. You might even imagine a golden strap tied to the trunk and firmly around your waist, if that provides comfort. Maybe it's a tree in your yard, one that you see in a local park or on your drive to work. Maybe it's just a tree in your imagination. See yourself standing in the tree, balancing there with your arms outstretched. Feel a slight breeze on your face. Hear the leaves flutter and dance around you. Smell the fresh air. Feel the sun on your body. Begin to focus on the sensation of your feet firmly grounded to the tree branch. For a moment, consider how it feels here to be grounded and balanced. How does it feel in your physical body? What words might be coming to mind? Once you feel this grounding, imagine you are lifting one of your legs up into the air behind you, hinging forward slightly at the hips. You're balancing on one leg and your arms are still stretched out on the sides of your body as if you're flying. Feel how centered, grounded, and strong that standing leg is. Feel how balanced you are. You can still feel the breeze lightly blowing all around you, and you feel completely connected to this tree branch like you are a part of it. You are completely balanced and completely still. Now gently bring your lifted leg back down to the tree branch and allow your arms to come back down to your sides. Smell the fresh air. Feel the warmth of the sun. Again, feel both of your feet firmly grounded on the tree branch and stretch your arms out at your sides. Once you feel this grounding, imagine you are lifting the opposite leg up into the air behind you. You're balancing on one leg and your arms are stretched out as if you are flying. Feel how centered, grounded, and strong that standing leg is. Now bring that leg back down to the tree branch and allow your arms to come back down to your sides. Imagine bringing your hands to heart center and feeling the energy of balance running through your whole body, from your firmly grounded feet on the tree branch, up the legs, the hips, and torso, through to the crown of your head. If any words relating to this sensation came to you earlier, repeat them now to yourself. Now imagine climbing down from the tree with ease. Once you are on the ground, come to sit comfortably in the grass beneath the tree, or maybe a blanket has been set up for you to sit on. Take a few moments here to feel supported by the earth beneath. Take a full inhale and reach the crown of the head for the sky, allowing the spine to feel long and tall. Now recall the beginning of our meditation and the ways you wish to bring more balance to your life. Sitting here under the tree, recall again the sense of balance and find a sense of ease. Finding balance in our busy modern lives, no matter in what area, can be a challenge. There's no doubt about that. However, change and balance don't need to come all at once or overnight. When we feel ourselves and our life beginning to come out of balance, we can now pause and call to mind the sensations we felt standing in the tree. We can recall the words that came to mind when we felt that grounding and balance. You might even take a quiet moment to close the eyes And picture yourself standing on the tree branch on one leg, arms outstretched in perfect balance. With these tools, you can now begin to make different choices that bring, slowly but surely, more balance and more ease. This now completes our meditation. We'll come into our final Shavasana pose. So if you're seated, we'll come onto the back. If we're having any issues with the low back, knees are bent, feet are mat distance apart, knees come together. Our legs slightly outstretched with blankets, bolsters under the knees. The low back is okay. We'll bring the feet mat distance apart. Palms are up, wrists are a few inches from the hips. Please check in on the curve of your low back, the curve of the neck, making any adjustments to find comfort. Maybe we bring a blanket under the low back or the neck just to take up the space, not to increase the curve. Notice the breath. Bring the physical body into stillness. Now we ask the mind to mirror the stillness of the body. When a thought comes in, we practice compassion. We don't get frustrated. We don't get angry. We notice the thought and then we let it go. We have tools here to help keep the mind quiet. We can inhale to the count of 4 or 5 or whatever's comfortable in your body. Or we can inhale, repeat intention, exhale, repeat intention. You are welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you like. However, I will call you out in just a few moments. Begin to come back to the breath. Begin to picture your body on your mat and in your space, and ask your body how it would like to move. Maybe you wiggle fingers and toes and roll wrists and ankles. Maybe your body's asking for a stretch, or a sway, or to curl into a ball. You begin to slowly, gently increase those movements until we feel ready to bend into the knees. Slowly, gently turn onto either side. We'll use the bottom arm as a pillow. As you feel ready, seeking to keep eyes closed as best we can and moving really slowly. Be really kind and gentle with yourself here. We'll inhale to stretch the top leg. Exhale, press up into any comfortable seat. We can draw hands to heart center or allow them to rest in the lap. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart for trusting me with your practice tonight. It's an honor. Thank you for coming to your mat with open hearts and open minds as we explore balance. Namaste.